Hey everybody, DSJ here. And yes, it's not a let's play this time. However, I will share my history I have with The Legend of Zelda. But not as DSJ, as who I am, Dameon Johnson. I remember way back in 1988, no, correction, it was 89 at that point. Spring semester 89, I was still in kindergarten, about to prepare to go into the first grade. My sister decided it was a good idea to rent this game. And you know, back then, only character I was thinking was Mario. Mario. That's it, Mario. Yeah, I wasn't that bright back then. But Lord and behold, we rented The Legend of Zelda from this store called Doug's Rent-A-Video, which been closed down for about a couple of decades now. So, let's go ahead and register the name. Unlike this, I'm going this video as myself anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But as soon as we got this game home, only thing I could notice was the golden cartridge, which I like. That looks very neat. Then I looked in the instruction booklet, like, oh my god, it's a mini book. It wasn't thick, but it was a different kind of instruction booklet than I was used to. Oh yeah, fun fact. That's how I really learned to read, really. No joke. I read through NES instruction booklets for every game I had. And back then there was quite a few complicated words that no one should understand at a kindergarten level. But anyway, back to this game. When I first got my hands on this game, I was like, who's this elfish looking dude? And I did the dumbest thing ever. I passed by the first cave and did not get the sword. And of course, I got my tail handed to me. And I was like, why I keep dying? Then I handed it off to my sister. Then she was like, just go to the cave. Then boom. Oh, a bomb. Gotta get it. Damn it. Sorry, I'm trying hard not to curse, and even the smallest words are slipping. But anyway. Yeah, I went to that cave. That's when the old man like, it's dangerous to go out without a weapon. Take this. And I'm like, oh, that's how you fight. I ain't gonna lie, this game was so different than what I was used to, which was Mario. This is the game that introduced me to exploration. Metroid was second when it came to that, but I'll explain that another time. I'll explain that game at another time. But yeah, but after holding it for 2 days, because you know with rentals, you have to return it within a couple of days, most of the time the next day. Well, me nor my sister could ever pass the first dungeon, which is just what you see now. And we got to the point, you know what, we switched back to Mario, which we did. Then my parents were like, you know, we'll never rent a game for y'all again, which they end up doing 2 weeks later. And I'm pretty much saying they let us rent games again 2 weeks later. But it wasn't until probably like a half a year later, after I entered the first grade, I decided to try this game again. And believe it or not, I passed the first dungeon. Granted, I did the most minimalistic thing to do. Just go straight to the boss. Collect any keys I need, and just go straight to the boss. And like, I felt like I did something, and I tried to find the second dungeon, like, oh boy. I don't know what I was doing. And then somehow I accidentally stumbled across the second dungeon. And that's when my god brother told me that, yeah, you should have got the boomerang from the first dungeon. I'm like, dang. So I went back to the first dungeon, went through it thoroughly, got my butt handed to me big time by the enemies that throw the boomerangs. Can't even think of their names because the only enemies I know by name are moblins, likes, keys, and Stalfos. However, I knew where to find a bow and arrow. Yeah. Like I said, when I was a kid, I did minimalistic work. I didn't think about completing the game. Now, like, let me just do the least amount of work possible so I can finish this game. And yeah, that was never a smart move on my part. Because, you know, when I went to later dungeons, the enemies got even harder. Then middle school years, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna try this game again. But the ironic part, like when I decided to try this game again, I have already beaten Zelda Link to the Past. Oh shoot. Yeah, I'm using bombs at this point because I'm about to die. Oh, thank goodness. Boomerang. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, I remember now. About to say. Okay, I'm good now. I wish I had full life though. But anyway. But yeah, when I decided to pick up the game again, in middle school years, mind you, I already beaten Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. Uh-oh. Whew. Barely made that. Which I'll talk about Link to the Past in another video as well. But yeah, it was kind of crazy though. This was the third Zelda game I beaten. It should have been the first one. But yeah, in my middle school years, that's when I finally beat Legend of Zelda. And I do mean finally. It did take, the help of my cousin who beaten it before to show me the nooks and crannies of the first quest, and like, yes, I finally beat the game. And then came the second quest. And that's what, like, no, just no. The second quest, the overhead map, more or less is the same. However, the item locations, the dungeons are completely different. And then you have to deal with harder enemies at that. The Stoufel starts shooting sword beams. Not fun unless you have the magic shield. If you don't, you're utterly screwed. And then them little glowing balls. On the first quest, it knocks your energy out temporarily. But the ones that was just blue, it prevents you from shooting permanently until you find a red one, which gives it back. And I'm like, ugh. And not only that, the Pole's voice was also in the second quest. But anyway, as frustrating as it was, I did end up beating on, well, half the second quest anyway, not all of it. So, if y'all feel like it, please leave a comment about y'all memories and history with Zelda 1. I would like to hear it. Until then, see you guys later. Oh yeah, by the way, welcome to the very first episode of DSJ History with whatever video game I'm playing. See you guys later.